Hey, it's Melissa here. I usually say Melissa from Melissa versus Fibromyalgia .com, but it's interesting because at the moment it's the chronic fatigue syndrome that is bothering me more than the fibromyalgia, and so it feels very weird to always be saying fibromyalgia. And in fact, I'm kind of in a bit of a space of being tired of all of it. Now, I am 5 weeks post-op from a hysterectomy and endometriosis excision. It's something that's been ignored for many years, and I have had doctors outright say to me, you have fibromyalgia, so you probably just have more painful periods. So I'm not feeling very kindly to my diagnosis, but I'm tired and I'm hurting, and unfortunately, it is really hard to just not think about things. Like when you have to do so many things to be well, where you have to constantly manage. For example, for me, it's my neck. I have to constantly manage my neck. I have to be very careful at all times what I'm doing. There are lots of things I cannot do. If I turn it the wrong way for even a second too long, it gets mad, and then I end up with headaches. And I have to do a lot to manage it. And then I have to be mindful of taking the medicine at the right time, because if it gets too high on the pain scale, then the nervous system is off on its own ride. And I do manage it well, and I am thankful for like all of the improvements, but it's like you can't just ignore it. You can't not think about the neck pain, and at the moment the low back pain is really bad. It's been bad since the surgery. I think the sacroiliac joint dysfunction has been really stirred up. And also I just think that my body has a lot. It went through a lot. And so I think there's a lot that needs to kind of come back to equilibrium after the surgery without having periods, without having endometriosis in my body. All of that needs to adjust, and it's a big thing to have a major surgery. And 5 weeks post-op is nowhere near enough to be anywhere near normal. But obviously I've been sick for a long time. The last year has been a lot. And I have had symptoms for like 20 years. And in order to do well and to improve and to have less symptoms, you have to be pretty focused, and you have to do all the things. And it's really hard also to not focus on how just exhausted you are. And so today I've got 3 small children home. They're too sick to go to school in kindy, but they're like, they're not sitting down quietly. They're still full of beans. And so I couldn't have a rest. And so the whole day I've just felt dead tired and like I would like to have a rest. And of course that takes your mind places. And I just don't want to keep thinking about these things. And obviously in your regular daily life, you have to be really careful. You have to pace, you have to do the things, right? That makes you better. That's literally the job. But what I've decided to do for August is, obviously I'm doing a lot less right now. Obviously I'm recovering from surgery. I'm not quite working yet. I'm doing all the things you have to do as a mum and all that, but there's still a little bit of leeway. So I'm taking a bit of a challenge for August, and I'm focusing on healthy habits. And I want to try and kind of not think about illness as much as possible. And I know that's very hard when the entire day is just like, it's like even when you're trying to think of something else, you just have to constantly think about some of the things. But I want to try and not think about the things. And so that's why I made this specific new symptom log, because at the bottom I've got healthy habits. And at the moment I want to do 10 minutes a day of strength building to rebuild after my surgery. And I want to be outside for 10 minutes a day. Just because it's good to be outside in nature. Some days I will walk. I would like to walk, but sometimes just outside. No social media. I'm taking a social media break. I'm hoping that less time on my phone and thinking of content to share for people, and helpful content can take my mind off it and also help my neck. And I want to be more intentional with my creating. So instead of creating things that will disappear in a couple of minutes or hours, I want to create content for the blog and the YouTube that lives on and helps people ongoing consistently. It's a better use of my energy. I want to eat more protein. I am heading towards a low carb ketogenic way of eating, and that means more protein right now, especially as I'm recovering from surgery. So that's on my little healthy habits list. Yoga Nidra is my daily thing. Some days it might be 5, 10, 15 minutes interrupted, but most days I'm hoping to get 30 minutes done. That's just been a non-negotiable for a long time, and obviously I do it because I need rest and can't get through the day, but it's just my yoga nidra and it has many more benefits. My deep breathing, again, something that has many benefits, and everybody should be taking time to breathe well. I want to use my peanut ball just to keep my back relaxed, because I'm really enjoying having less tension in my lower back without the periods, but I want to keep it all moving and keep the trigger points at bay. And I want to read for 30 plus minutes a day because I love it. I love to read, and when I was more sick, I couldn't read, and that was something that I lost, and I can never get that time back. So I want to make sure I'm always prioritizing this thing, which I love to do and brings me a lot of joy. And of course I love to learn, so some of the books I'm reading are non-fiction, and I just want to do these healthy habits. So for August, I want to just focus on being well, being a person who is doing things that are good for wellness. Do you ever feel like this? Do you ever feel that tension? It's so easy for people to say, oh, just don't think about it or whatever, right? But yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying this out for August, and doing my best as I'm recovering, and hopefully stop thinking about what will be, you know, like, oh, will this be less or will this be better, or will, you know, I don't know and I can't know. So I'm hoping that directing my attention in this way will help. So let me know if you are going to join me in any kind of August challenge with any healthy habits you would like to pursue. You can get this this daily symptom tracker. So this, I have just laminated it, but it is something you can buy as a digital download from my Etsy store, and you can print it out and you can use it each day. But I've laminated this because then what you can do is use a whiteboard marker and then take a picture each day, and then you don't have to print it out lots of times. I also have some symptom tracking like physical books that you can get from Amazon, but they don't have the healthy habits. I haven't done that yet. Maybe that's something I should do when I'm in my intentional creation time. Let me know, do you use things like this? You don't need to have anything specific. You can just use a checklist that you write on a piece of paper yourself. It doesn't need to be fancy, but let me know if you're joining with any kind of challenge and what you'll be doing, and I'll catch you again real soon.